Well, good evening, friends, or actually, should I say good morning, friends, because here on the East Coast it is 1:21 in the morning, and the Dallas Cowboys have fallen to the Arizona Cardinals 19-16. Surprisingly, Ben DiNucci has led the Dallas Cowboys on their only touchdown of the preseason. Now, before you all get all bent out of shape and everything else and start cussing out the Cowboys and everything else, and some of y'all actually saying that we need to go ahead and have Ben DiNucci as our starting quarterback, y'all need Jesus, okay? Just stop. Okay, we're not signing Earl Thomas because I saw that in the chat tonight. We need Earl Thomas on the defense. It's like, really, guys, that train left several years ago. Ben DiNucci is not going to be our starting quarterback, okay? And understand, this is preseason. It does not matter. Now, it was nice to have that feeling of seeing the Cowboys actually have a touchdown catch. I love seeing that, but the reality is, it doesn't matter whether we win 50-0 or we lose, 50-0. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. The thing that does matter, and the thing that really bothers me, unfortunately, is that Neville Gallimore ended up hyperextending his elbow. Hyperextending it. That means it turned out further than it's supposed to go. Lots of pain, and we'll have an MRI on Monday, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. He's going to have an MRI to check it out. But he is definitely in a lot of pain. The thing about a hyperextended elbow is it's painful, but it's not broken bones that need to heal, and it's not typically something that you would need surgery for. We've seen Fletcher Cox, as a matter of fact, 2 years ago, hyperextend his elbow and literally go off the sidelines for one play and come back in and play. So that's the good news, I guess, with this for Neville Gallimore. This is some pain that he's going to be dealing with and treatment. He's going to be taking some pain meds and doing a whole lot of treatment for it. And like I said, we'll be getting MRI on Monday. Couple of good things in here and things to look at. This is Philly 500. DiNucci serving lasagna, but you better get quicker because Zeke is eating it all. They're still commenting. They're still commenting on that. Philly 500. Philly 500. I'll see you tomorrow during our draft. Tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern, we'll start our live stream where we're doing our first league draft. So we'll see you tomorrow on there. I'm Ben DiNucci's biggest fan. My all-time favorite. He's still commenting on it. I did stop the stream. Yeah, I stopped the stream. Good Lord, Philly. Go to bed, Philly. All right. A bunch of you are saying, we need to go get a quarterback. We need to go get Nick Foles. We're not going to get Nick Foles. We're not going to get anybody else. Garrett Gilbert actually played pretty well. The fact that he was 17, let me pull up the stats. Hold on. He threw, Cooper Rush was 7 out of 13 for 89 yards. That wasn't bad. Garrett Gilbert was 7 out of 16 for 80 yards. But two passes, one which should have been a touchdown. I mean, literally, Michael Gallup was all alone. I mean, all alone. Had he hit him, touchdown, different game. But unfortunately, there was that drop. There was another big drop later on, too. We had a couple of those drop passes in there. So, I'm not going to say that Garrett Gilbert is Dak Prescott. But as far as a backup quarterback, he'll do for us. He'll do. I'd take him over Andy Dalton. I'd take him over Nick Foles. And I'd take him over Blake Bortles, okay? Because that's basically all that's out there. And Nick Foles you'd have to trade for because the Bears own his rights. So we're not getting anything. Connor Williams at center. Connor Williams had two bad snaps. One that was way high and one that was in the ground. And this is the thing that worries me, of course. They're trying Connor Williams at center as the backup in case shit happens. This is where I kind of look and say, you know what? I kind of miss Joe Looney being a backup. Unfortunately, because Joe Looney signed with the Giants, I think the Giants own his rights because he retired from that contract. So if the Cowboys were to try and sign him, or if Joe Looney were to come back, I think the Giants, and I could be wrong on this, would have the right of first refusal. So it would be basically, I can come back and play for the Giants, or I can be retired. I basically say I'm retired. I'm just done because you don't want to be part of that whole shit fest that's there in New York. Dorrance Armstrong had 2 sacks in the first half and a tip pass and was a one-man wrecking crew. Bradley and I had a bad roughing the passer penalty, but came back and ended up getting some good pressure on it, so you like seeing that. Rondell Carter had some good pressure and ended up with a sack. Kevin Joseph ended up getting a lot of reps. He was out there a lot, and that tells me that they're trying to get him ready to be the starter for the team. Keeping him out there as much as they did to, basically try and get as much experience on him as possible. He had, it was actually a miracle catch. He had great coverage. The only thing was he didn't get his head around, because if he got his head around, he would have literally been able to knock the ball out of the way. So this was typical preseason football. I'm going to say, don't get too excited and don't get too upset about this. We saw some decent things. We saw Semi out there catches the passes from Ben DiNucci there, okay, which looked pretty good. We ended up seeing some things that weren't real good, like Ben DiNucci then on the next drive going back to the sidearms. We saw, like I said, Rondell Carter stepping up and getting a nice pass rush. We saw Dorrance Armstrong getting a couple sacks. So we have some things to build on. And in general, I will say that the defense definitely has more pep in the step. Oh, we had Quentin Bohannon. And we lost. I'm going to tell you, here's the thing. 4th down and 12, late in the game. Here it is. We end up putting pressure on him and getting a sack. In fact, Quentin Bohannon stuck the quarterback. Great shot in there. Ball goes flying out. Illegal procedure on the offense. They call it back. They kick the field goal. They tie the score. Had that penalty not happened, we end up with the football right then and there. So that kind of screwed us there. And, as a Cowboy fan, we're always fighting the referees. Like I said, the biggest concern, of course, to me is Neville Gallimore. We don't have room to be without him. He's one of the better players that we have on there. But that may bode well for Tristan Hill if he ever gets off the PUP list, to be able to make a place to make a spot on this roster, because now there's a true need. So with that being said, and me yawning my ass off, I'm going to turn all this stuff off in here, and I'm going to head upstairs and go to bed, because it is 1:30 in the morning, and I've been up since 5:30. Damn. It's hard out here for a pimp. I'm telling you, it's hard out here. But we'll have more. We'll have more in a few hours when I get up, okay? And damn, the camera is greasy. I need to take the cover off and clean it. We'll have more in a few hours, because I'll be getting up and doing my morning video. With that being said, I'll see you soon.